Cool. Good afternoon, everyone. First, I'd just like to extend our thanks to WARC for hosting today's event and for extending an invite to the avocado industry via Avocados Australia. My name's Duncan Wells. I co-direct the WA directorship with my colleague Brad Rogers, who's also here today. We all, no doubt, all are aware of the effects of this borer and appreciate that the horticultural industry, and specifically Hass avocados, which is a known viable host, are being recognised as having a large threat posed to our amazing industry. So, Avocados Australia would like to appreciate the work done by DPIRD, local governments, industry, the community, so far with the eradication response. We appreciate that it would not have been easy. It's still ongoing and requires a huge collaborative effort. We also welcome DPIRD's commitment for the next 18 months and to build upon WARC's projects to explore improved surveillance, treatment options and long-term management of the pest. So Avocados Australia and DPIRD are committed to providing growers with the tools and knowledge to manage the pest. So we recently invited DPIRD to come down to a regional grower forum down in Pemberton to give us a presentation on the borer. And from feedback we had from the growers, it was very, very well received and informative. I'd like to share some questions and concerns from growers in the region that I've been chatting to recently, just to give everyone a bit of context about how the industry is feeling regarding the borer. So most growers are definitely aware of it, avocado growers especially. I'd say most growers at the moment are concerned, justifiably, but also they're not, I wouldn't say they are not alarmed at this point. Some of their questions are definitely around the movement of plant material, so nursery stock out of Perth and mulches, compost, etc. So they're wondering, is there more work that needs to be done to create awareness around these products? Are there standards, accreditations that need to be developed or looked at, updated? What are these costs going to look like? Is it going to come back to the growers? Orchard vulnerability, so being a susceptible host, a lot of growers are concerned about how affected their trees will be in their different situations. We've got growers from up in Gingin all the way down to southwest Albany. Is the borer going to prefer avocado trees or the surrounding vegetation? They don't really know what those. Well, no one really knows what those effects are going to look like. So mitigation and best practices, most of the evidence so far and has been spoken about today is canopy management, so the removal of affected limbs and trees. Growers are worried about how effective this will be in WA, in the different WA conditions, what production losses will be expected, because basically in some growing regions in WA, the trees are carrying fruit throughout the whole year. So if there's any limb removal required, guaranteed that tree will be losing crop. Quarantine and movement restrictions. So market access is a huge concern to growers. The avocado industry has been working really hard to gain access to export markets, and most recently India, Japan, Thailand, which are all protocol markets. So to lose those markets will be a huge detriment to the avocado industry. And this also goes for local markets. For example, if there was to be an outbreak within a growing area, is this going to affect people's ability to move fruit to market? So these are some of the questions that growers are asking around that. Lack of effective chemical control comes up often. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing registered at the moment to control PSHB effectively. I'm happy to be corrected on that. As we mentioned, the reliance is mostly on the removal of the limbs, which is an extremely expensive process. A lot of growers might not have access to the type of gear that is going to be dealing with large limb removal. again, what is this going to cost? Growers already copying a large cost on hygiene and pruning annually. And then last but not least, there's community and environmental pressures of the presence of the borer being in the growing regions. No grower wants to be the first one to detect it on their farm, so there's a bit of stigma around that for sure, as well as are there going to be mandated removals? Is there going to be added red tape? I'm not sure what you guys know, but most growers I know are allergic to red tape, so we don't want more of it. We want less, basically. But also they are concerned about how much of the focus of these three research projects are going to be based on the horticultural industries as well. Obviously there needs to be focus in other places, but yeah, growers do want to feel that they're being adequately included in the projects. Oh, sorry. Yeah, and then just to summarize, yeah, we recognise that borer is a large threat to our industry and welcome any and all efforts to help contain the spread to the Metro Perth area. So please reach out to myself or Brad if we can help in any way, any questions, especially grower and avocado related. So thank you very much, and thanks for allowing me to speak today.